Hello, my name is Jay Hilliard, and I'm a plan counselor with Friends Life Care. This is another in our series of Retirement Confidential short videos. We thought it would be interesting to do a video for people that already have long term care insurance. So, we're going to talk about your long term care insurance policy and really explain what the declaration page means. To understand long-term care insurance policies, you need to have a grasp of the terminology that they use. The easiest way, most insurance policies are many, many pages long, and long-term care insurance is no exception there. It has many, many pages. But the key page to really understand it is called the declaration page. Another terminology for that, some companies call that the policy schedule. But for our terminology today, we're going to be calling it the declaration page, and it lists all of the different uh, features that your policy has. So this is what a typical declaration page looks like. It would have your name, your effective date, policy number, the type of policy it is, premium amounts, things like that. But let's get a little bit more specific and talk about some specific terminology. The policy schedule or elimination or the declaration page has different terminologies that are very important to understand. First term on you is the coverage limits, and you will see it will say elimination period. In this example, the policy has a 90-day elimination period. The easiest way to understand elimination, it's really like a deductible. But rather than an amount of money like people have for car insurance or homeowners insurance, where they might have a $250 or a $500 or even $1,000 deductible, with long-term care insurance, they determine it in days of service. So with this policy, which is very typical with long-term care insurance, it has a 90-day elimination period. That means for the first 90 days that someone is tapping into the plan to use the coverage, there would be no money provided. In other words, you're self-insuring for the first 90 days. People have these in their policies because it does reduce your premium by percentages on depending on how many days you have of elimination period. The next term is benefit period. That refers to how long the plan will pay the money that's in the plan. The benefit period for this example, it's a 4-year benefit period. Now, for people with long-term care insurance to understand, the 4 years does not start when you take out the policy. The 4 years starts ticking when you start using the policy, and it means it will pay the benefit for 4 years. So that's what a 4-year benefit period means. This policy has a policy limit of $175,200 as its policy limit. Where that number comes from is the next term on this sheet, the benefit amount. This policy has a $120 per day benefit amount. That number, $175,200, comes from the number of days in 4 years times $120 a day, and that's where they get the policy limit. We'll talk about more about that on an upcoming slide. This policy has a $3,600 stay-at-home benefit. That means that it pays the daily benefit amount if you stay at home. This policy also has a respite care benefit. Now, respite care is not in every long-term care insurance policy. This policy does happen to have that. What respite care means is if you have an unpaid caregiver, like a loved one or someone, and they need a break or they need to go somewhere or have an appointment, you can hire someone and they would be paid up to $120 a day to compensate them for the unpaid caregiver. It's just an extra uh, benefit that this policy has. And this policy also has a $90 per day international coverage. Not all long-term care insurance has international coverage. This one happens to. So if you're overseas and you have an issue, it will pay up to $90 a day for that. We talked about the how do we arrive at that benefit pool of money, the policy limit on the previous slide. This slide helps to understand where they came up with that number. Remember on this example, this policy has a 4-year policy limit. There's 365 days in a year. You take 365 times 4. The number of days in 4 years is 1,460 days. That's how many. So you take that number of days times the $120 per day benefit amount. And now you can see where they arrived at that figure of $175,200 policy limit or pool of money. This calculation is with all long-term care insurance. The reason for this example is called a 4-year plan. If when this person needs care, either at home, in assisted living, or a nursing home, if they need the complete $120 every day and they need care every single day for 1,460 consecutive days without a break, that pool of money of $175,200 will run out exactly in 4 years. That is why it is called a 4-year plan. That is the definition of why the industry calls that a 4-year plan. In real life, many people don't use it that way. In other words, someone could need care for 6 months. You could tap into the plan, use it, and when the injury, or say it's a broken hip or whatever, you recover from that and you no longer need the care, the clock stops on your plan and you might use it again years down the road. So you can come in and out of care. You can use less than 120 a day. If someone only needed care and it was $60 a day and they needed care every single day, that pool of money would last 8 years before it was extinguished, because you don't lose what you don't use. It stays in the pool of money to make it last longer. In summary, I hope this helped people that already have long-term care insurance. I've worked with Friends Life Care for over 16 years, and many of our members come to us and they already have long-term care insurance. Long-term care insurance is a wonderful thing to have, but the limitation on it is strictly a financial benefit. In other words, it's just reimbursement of money. If you are fortunate enough and you wish to stay at home, the insurance company has nothing to do with who it is that's going to take care of you, the qualifications of that person. Are they insured? Are they bonded? Are they going to show up on time? Somebody has to, what we call, coordinate all those services, find that caregiver, schedule them, make sure they show up on time, all of those things. That is the missing piece that Friends Life Care provides that long-term care insurance doesn't provide. About a third of our members that are joining Friends Life Care right now are people that already have long-term care insurance. Many of them realize that missing piece in the puzzle. They have the financial pool of money, the protection of assets with their long-term care insurance. Friends Life Care's plan also has that financial protection available. But to become a member of Friends Life Care, we would have to price it on the age and health you are now. The long-term care insurance was priced on the age and health you were when you bought them. So most people don't want to give that up because they were younger when they bought it. So what they do is they supplement their long-term care insurance with a very minimal financial plan with us. Now they have the best of both worlds. They can use the financial dollars in their long-term care insurance to get access to the care, the coordination, and all the services that Friends Life Care provides. For people that don't have long-term care insurance, there is no reason to have both unless you bought it earlier and have it already established. We have the financial benefit also. But for people that do have long-term care insurance, I hope this video helped in explaining all the different features that a long-term care insurance policy has. If you have more questions, here's some contact information on this slide. You can always give us a call. I'm very familiar with long-term care insurance. I sold it for many years. So we can just go over what you already have and see if maybe you might be a candidate to supplement your existing long-term care insurance with a Friends Life Care plan. We've done many videos, short videos in our Retirement Confidential series. Here's a link where you can find all of the other ones that we've done. And we're just hoping that these help people in their process of planning for the future and having a plan in place for their long-term care. Thank you very much for your time.